let's get stuck into the Real Madrid stuff, because I wanted to talk about the increase now in their desperation for a right back. So as we were preparing our stuff earlier on today, a couple of bits and pieces start to come out from Spain, and Marco was one of them, saying Real Madrid urgently want to sign a right back. Lucas Vazquez's performances since Dani Carvajal's injury meant that the position is a priority for them, and Trent Alexander-Arnold is Real Madrid's main target. Now, what I'm interested to see is, do they come up with some type of an offer in January if Trent hasn't signed a new deal? Because, and I'll move on to comments on Fabrizio Romano in a moment, but that desperation of Madrid seems to have intensified, so it feels like maybe we get this decision from Trent sooner, one way or whatever happening. So Fabrizio Romano, though, did go on to say a few things like Real Madrid feel that maybe it's mission impossible to get Trent in January. And look, I do hope it is mission impossible for them to get Trent in January, because we want Trent here for the remainder of the campaign. But also, I want Trent to just make up his mind what's going to happen about his deal. If you're staying, brilliant. If you're going to go, then I don't know. What do the club do? Like, look at it this way. Trent's probably going to have to give an indication of what he's going to do before we get through the January window. Because if we get through the January window and he hasn't signed an extension, or of course he hasn't moved elsewhere, it starts to then look more and more likely to fans that this is going on very long now. It's looking unlikely he's staying, in my opinion, if that was the scenario. And I don't want that infecting the dressing room and causing some uncertainty over the future. So it would be lovely if this could all be cleared up over the next few weeks, whatever the outcome may be. Obviously, we want 3 extensions, but, it's out of our hands. So, on Trent, Fabrizio Romano has said a couple of things. So he said, Real Madrid internally feel it's mission impossible to sign Trent Alexander... No, I'm lying there because there's one word I forgot. Real Madrid feel it's almost mission impossible to sign Trent in January. Liverpool keep discussing with Trent over a new deal, and they're pushing him at the club. Goes on to say about Luis Diaz. In August, some very important clubs prepared to attack the situation for Luis Diaz, but it was never close. I would not be surprised to see Liverpool, after Canade, to negotiate a new deal with Luis Diaz, and the club want to try make it happen. Good. He deserves to be rewarded for his great form. And hopefully, again, everybody can figure that out, because it looks like he's going to be a very, very important player under Arne Slot. Fabrizio Romano also said, credit to Liverpool, Richard Hughes and Arne Slot together. We're talking to Luis Diaz, presenting the new project, introducing him with the new idea at the club for the present and the future, and we're able to go the same way with Luis as part of their future plans. So hopefully we see this get tidied up, and Lucho, after Canade, gets an extension as well, which I think we'll all agree is very much deserved. Question is going to be a simple one. Do you think there is any way Liverpool sell Trent in January? I just want to see if everybody's feeling the same way I think you're feeling. So answer that one for me, and we'll come back to it in a moment. I still don't know where I am with this Trent situation in my mind. I'm starting now to think, I'm actually starting to think he'd be mad to leave. That's genuinely what I'm feeling right now. Like, if last night doesn't remind him what's so special about the club that, of course, he knows is special, I don't know. Alonso came back, got the big welcome, got his ass whooped, got sent back over to Leverkusen. Real Madrid falling apart, getting destroyed by Barca, then getting beaten by AC Milan. You've got Mbappe in destabilising that dressing room. Things going a bit P-tong over there. I mean, surely he's got to see this is the best place for him to continue his career. Didn't Ancelotti say Madrid won't sign anybody? But to be fair, that was before the Carvajal injury. I mean, I don't know if he'll even be there come January, the way some of the talk coming out of Madrid is at the minute. Like, I find it disgusting, to be honest with you, seeing Carlo Ancelotti getting pelters in the media from some people in Madrid. But that's the job. And I was reading up on a few things today as well about Karim Benzema, talking about, if Mbappe doesn't score 2, 3, 4 goals, his words, not mine, by the way, they're going to kill him. And I think he meant, the fans not actually kill him, but they're going to go in on him. Or said, Mbappe overrated, decent player in the French league, can play outstanding in bursts, but when you put him in a team with other great players, it's overwhelming for him. I don't even know why they signed him. Why would you sign him when you've got Vinicius Jr. on the left side? Mbappe predominantly wants to play off the left. He's not a centre forward. And you've got Vinny Jr. there doing great things on the left side. The whole thing felt so unnecessary for Real Madrid to even bring him in. It just felt like a vanity project from Florentino Perez and Real Madrid, rather than a signing that was going to come in and sort a position that needed to. And look, Madrid have been so good in the transfer market in recent years at coming in and surgically fixing areas of their squad. Right now, it just looks like it's going back to the old Galacticos, throw a load of great players at it and see what fits. Madrid signed him for the same reason they want Trent and anybody else, because they can. Yeah, I mean, look at Bellingham right now. He looks like a player who doesn't really have the same position anymore since Mbappe came in, and he's fallen off his form from last season. There is something to be said here for, the bright lights of the future, or elsewhere the grass isn't always greener. Any other, saying you want to throw in, I think there's some truth to it. Brazil said, Trent has not shown loyalty to us, we made him. Now, I think that's a little bit unfair, because we don't know what Trent's decided yet. And to be fair, he is still playing, he's not causing any trouble, he's not, I don't want to go in on Trent here, because we don't know the situation. Right now, if I'm in Trent's shoes, I know I've got a big payday there. I know that I can certainly get a great contract that will pay me in the peak years of my career a big sum at Liverpool. So maybe he's just trying to work as much leverage on his side of this negotiation. It's sketchy for us fans because we don't know the day-to-day ins and outs of these things, but I would certainly, what's the word I'm looking for, encourage my fellow Liverpool fans not to be going in on them, because we don't know what's going on yet. So, looking quickly at the poll we have up, so far 70% say no, there's no chance Liverpool would sell Trent in January, and that's the side I'd be on here as well. I just don't see the valuation working. Like, what are you going to get from 15, 20 million in January max? The potential downside to that for Liverpool for the remainder of the season is greater than 15 or 20 million quid, I would say. So for me, no chance I'd be even having the conversation, unless Trent made it very clear, I've made my mind up, and then Liverpool thought, well, maybe there's a way here that we can not have the changing room destabilised or something. I don't know. But I doubt it. I'm very doubtful there's any chance of it happening in January. Is it possible Trent's doing this to get more money? Maybe. Again, I don't know. And look, I'm never going to go in at a player who tries to leverage the position for as much money as possible at a club. That, it's their career. Everybody tries to get themselves the best payday possible in life. And I've no doubt that I feel confident enough to say I think Liverpool will offer Trent more money than Real Madrid will. So I don't think it's going to come down to us being out-muscled financially by Madrid in this situation, because I just don't think that's going to be the case. I think Liverpool will offer him a really, really good contract, upwards of £250,000 to £300,000 a week maybe. So I don't think it's going to be a money thing. Praying Trent kisses the badge when we beat Madrid. I just want him to say right now that he wants to be here. That's the only words I want to hear from Trent, is that I want to stay. Because once I hear those words, we know the club are going to get sorted. So I just want to hear the words out of his mouth. I want to stay. I want to be here. This is the best place for my career.